So this is my Keter bin. Now, I showed a video of me setting this up last year, and I did all sorts of stuff, and and then I never did anything else. I never showed it again. Well, it was my fault, or one thing that was an act of God, and that was the fact that we had more rain last year than I knew what to do with. In fact, this entire bin is incredibly tough. This entire thing was filled with water, and water was flowing over the side with how much rain we were getting last year. At one time, not like over the course of a week or a month. No, this is within one rainstorm. It would fill up this entire bin with water, and it would have it draining over the side as we would get 5 to 7 inches of rain. So I'd never had anything like that in Maryland before, and it was really surprising to find that. And then I'd have to pull the plug down here on the side. There's a plug. I'd pull it out, drain all the water out, and plug it back up again. And then we'd get the same thing, another couple weeks later, and everything was just sliding around like crazy here. But stuff still grew. I still had plants growing up. In fact, these two right here are, I think this one right here is a watermelon plant, and right here, this is a giant sunflower that I planted this year, and I have some little buds of lettuce coming up. So there's stuff growing in here. But last year I did the same thing. I had all this stuff growing, and it was already starting to grow out the side and grow cucumbers and everything, and then one day it came out, it was all gone. I didn't know what happened. I was really upset. I thought some kids came by and just tore them up, because it was just, I found some pieces on the ground here, and I thought somebody came and tore them up as a joke, or as some sort of mean trick. But no, what I found out later, after I had replanted and I had sprouts about this size coming up, maybe a little taller, maybe about this tall, it was deer. I found them over here, and this is that perfect height for deer to just come in and go right down the line and eat everything. So if you have one of these, they work really well. The water content with this stopper here is really good. It's always just a little bit moist. It holds water really well. I mean, this is a giant or mammoth sunflower that's growing in here, and it's already, let's say about 8 inches tall, and it's growing really well. It's doing really well, and hopefully it'll continue to do well. I'm hoping that it grows. I don't think it'll grow to the full height of 8 to 10 feet or whatever. I'm hoping about 6 feet, but we'll see. But it's doing really well so far. But the one thing I've changed is, for one, this is bobbing up and down a little bit right now. Probably about an inch of water in there in the bottom. I'll probably drain this if I know that it's going to rain again. Right now it looks a little bit dark out, but it's not too bad. But if it were to start raining, I'd probably pull the plug, let it drain out, and then plug it back up, and I'd let it rain and fill back up, and I would check it again. And checking on this is really important, because you don't want it to get too wet and you don't want it to get too dry. This shouldn't be saturated, but it also shouldn't be bone dry. So the other thing I've changed for the deer is you can't see it now, I don't have the bottle with me, but I've sprayed this with some deer repellent. I had to do something, because otherwise they just come over and they eat everything out of here. They're not supposed to eat the sunflowers, but that was the only one that came up with the 6 seeds that I planted. The lettuce they ate it last year twice. I mean, I'm not kidding, I had shoots multiple times, and they just ate all of it. It was all gone. So overall, though, this has held up really well. This stayed outside all winter. All I did was open up the plug. This is the soil from last year as well, from winter. So as you can tell, it's got this wood chip type thing, but it's really good soil actually now. It seems to be growing really well. And so far, it seems to be working really well. This is the second year I've had it out here. It lasted through the winter, and it's already in spring, and we're actually in summer since it's late June. And, it's really doing well. So that's my update for this. Hopefully I'll have another update of some lettuce in here and some other stuff that's growing, but we'll see. If this works out, or if we get deer that just come and eat it again because the repellent didn't work, because we have a lot of deer around here. I just didn't think of that. So that's my update on this. I'm so sorry it's been well over a year since I put this out, but I want you guys to know it's been holding up really well. It's still really solid. And it's sitting in my yard now. We had to move it out back because my wife didn't like it sitting on the front porch where I had it, which I thought fit well, but she didn't like it, so it was moved. Happy wife, happy life. So that's an update on my Keter bin. Hopefully, if you have any questions, please let me know. And hopefully, if you have one of these, let me know what you think of them and how it's worked out for you, and what type of vegetables or fruits or even flowers that you've grown in it. So thank you very much for watching my video, and please subscribe.